What's up?
It's weekly metal reviews.
Talking about Mayhem Fest 2012.
Yeah.
From Camden, New Jersey, Susquehanna Bank Center. Yeah. You guys want to get into it? Oh, we got Tony Gatone, our good friend and the drummer of my band. It's his first time on here. And it's alright.
As
so,
a breather first.
Yeah. They were alright. When I saw them open for August Burns Red, I thought they were a lot better, but I just feel like they didn't really fit into this whole Mayhem thing. But they were still good. They had their moments. They played the songs that I liked from them, you know, Bruised and Broken, Forgiven, High Rise, you know, all that stuff. I mean, they sounded decent. It's kind of cool to see, what's his name? Chase, yeah, to be like playing big festivals like that.
Vaughn was a local band.
Yeah,
from Lancaster.
Yeah, like that's just kind of cool to see. But overall, I just thought they were all right. I mean, they still did their pretty, you know, decently. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good. I was excited to see them. I saw them, like Tyler, August Burns Red, but I saw them at their DVD shoot back in 2010. Like right when they got signed by Sumerians, so kind of like watch this band grow up in a way. So it was cool to see them there. I liked their set list, and I thought it was cool to see them like play in a stage that's really high quality and on Mayhem Fest because they sounded really good, and outside at that. Yeah. So
I didn't catch how to breather. I was sticking around too much.
Chugga chugga chugga. Decent leads. The singer looked really mad the whole time. That's about it.
Anyone see Dirt Fed?
I didn't see.
I didn't see Dirt
I don't know who the fuck they are.
On a Burning Body.
So
Keith's
I
on the
didn't see
floor.
that.
Alright.
You can go first.
Me and Tony saw like 3 songs by Upon a Burning Body. They opened up with the intro they do, and then we watched them play until Sin City, I think.
Yes, that's a yellow.
They played the intro, and then they played Texas Blood Money. That was a highlight for me, probably Tony too.
Yeah.
What else? This song says "You're gonna die, bitch, die." Sin City. And some other one. I wasn't really paying attention. I was jumping up and down with Tony, but I thought they were pretty good. I saw this band once, maybe twice. I don't know. I don't remember. So this might have been my second or third time seeing them. But I thought they were really good. The Sumerian stage at Mayhem Fest was retarded. I didn't. All I saw was the singer. I think his name is Danny. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But all I saw was him standing up, and the stage was just retarded. Like a Mayhem Fest, a big festival like that that's very successful, like obviously sells a lot of money, sells a lot of tickets and memorabilia, gets a lot of money.
Especially if it's a record company like American Records, that should have a bigger stage.
There's no reason why you can't have a bigger stage.
It's just like a little fucking tent.
Yeah, basically. It had like a stage. It was probably like 1 foot off the ground, but anyway.
I mean,
they played it really pretty good. It was nice to catch them before and between the bands on the Jaeger stage.
I mean, I never really listened to them, and I was actually pretty impressed.
Yeah.
They got the crowd going.
They're a pretty good band.
Cool. Yeah.
I enjoyed them. Texas Blood Money was the highlight of the set for me as much as I watched. Love the song. And you just got the best crowd reaction.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty much what I need to say about them. I mean,
Right.
I never really listened to them otherwise, so.
No one watched here watched Betraying the Martyrs, so.
Sam did.
I watched
Sam.
Betraying the
Yeah,
Martyrs. I thought it was cool how the stage was like right down there, and Aaron was over there talking to people, and I talked to him for a little bit, and he like climbed on top of the like tent thing they had up there, and there was like the only complaint I have, I think their playing was like absolutely perfect, and Aaron is such an amazing vocalist. The only complaint I have is I don't think the keyboard dude's mic was on at all, so any of the clean vocals didn't hear him. Unless everything else was like quiet, you didn't hear him. But I think they were amazing.
Yeah, about the Sumerian stage, I thought it was like cool that it was like still, there was no gate, At least I don't think there was, and that like you could be up close, but you should have still got something a bit bigger. But yeah, Whitechapel, I think that was a big highlight for all of us to talk about it.
Whitechapel just fucking destroyed. They played 3 old songs and 3 new songs from their new album. I thought they sounded so tight, and it was probably the best I've seen them play. I think it's the 4th time I've seen them, and I thought Phil, who usually blows his voice out, like through the set, I thought he sounded good the entire way. He hit some really amazing, like, vocals, just lows and highs that I just thought was awesome. They had a very just tight, beautiful sound that just was devastating. And what I just have one nitpicky issue with it though, is that when they played This Is Exile and they started, and there's that tremolo lead, I could not hear that at all, and I was on the side of the stage with Alex where he plays that, so I just thought that was like kind of disappointing. I couldn't hear that.
All right. Yeah, Whitechapel definitely in the top 3. I'd say they're my 3rd favorite band there. I like the set. Kind of wish they played like maybe one older song instead of like one of the newer songs. I was surprised they played half their set was like newer songs, but like Tyler said, the vocals were great. Best time we've seen them. Great stage presence, and they definitely have themselves established. Because the crowd, they had some like pretty intense mosh pits. I was in them for a little bit, but yeah, just their sound was so tight. Yeah, just they were I thought they were just so heavy. Like they were the perfect heavy. If you want to go see a heavy band, go see a heavy band. But yeah, that's pretty much all. Tyler pretty much said a lot of it, so whatever you have to add.
I don't really have anything to add. You guys kind of hit it all. I thought they were really good. Had stage presence, definitely had a good sound. I definitely enjoyed the hits.
Didn't you get knocked on your ass?
I got knocked on my ass many times.
I
Lost my
didn't-
cigarettes.
Yeah, he lost the cigarettes and I got smashed.
I thought they were great, and I think Phil hit some really cool lows, like lower than his normal lows. That were really cool. His highs were really, really sick. I was kind of hoping. I have no complaints about the songs that they played, but I was kind of hoping for a different set list. But I still enjoy the one that they had. Don't get me wrong. I still liked it. The Darkest Day of Man, This Is Exile, good shit. I was hoping that they would play maybe a couple of different songs from the new album, like The Night Remains or Make It Bleed. I wanted to hear that song, but maybe next time they catch them. But yeah, I like Whitechapel.
Asking Alexandria if he gives a fuck.
I watched them and I like them.
Oh, you watched them?
Yes, and I like them. I thought Danny did a pretty good job. The last time I saw them, Danny, he sounded kind of off a little bit. But this time, I think, just because from what I've heard, I think he's been sober for a while now. He's kind of been off drugs, which you kind of relate to Danny worse now. But he's been off drugs for a little while now and is getting his life together, and I think that just made him sound better. I think he sounds like a pretty, really good vocalist live now. No hoarseness in his voice, no screw-ups or anything like that, no falling down drunk. I think he's getting his life together now. I'm happy about that.
I was able to catch like 2 songs from them. I mean, I don't really find them too impressive live, but I was able to catch, what is it, Mort et Dabo? Is that how you say it? I don't know how to really say it. And I found out that you can hear it through the speakers in the bathroom. I heard them play there. But I'm not really going to speak too much on it. But, who's next? Devil Wears Prada. I enjoy listening to, I don't find this band terrible to listen to in the studio, and I thought they were pretty decent and pretty good when I saw them, when me and Zach saw them open for Killswitch Engage years ago. But they just, it's not that they sounded bad today, it's just they just didn't really, they weren't able to hold my attention at all. And they came on right after Whitechapel, and Whitechapel just absolutely blew me away and crushed everybody. And it was just, to me, it's kind of hard. It was hard to just follow that up. I don't know. Some of the moments it reminds me of local bands that I hear all the time at the Champ. Sam said something like that about that band, a while ago, so I'm just kind of stealing that from him, so he gets the credit for that. But I wasn't really feeling them, but they played a couple songs that I actually knew. I haven't listened to too much of the new album, but I know they played some on that. Yeah.
I enjoyed them, kind of like what Tyler said. I wasn't really into them, but I enjoyed their set. I'm happy they're on Mayhem Fest, even though they're not like a band that I've listened to all the time or anything. I still thought they were a great addition. I'm surprised they got on this tour, but yeah, they sounded pretty good. The singer always has great stage presence. Yeah, all the band members had a great stage presence too. But I don't know all their songs, but there's some pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good set. I had fun. Wasn't really like jumping up and down or in the mosh pits or anything, but I'm glad they're there.
And in all honesty, they kind of bored me. I'm going to go with what Tyler said, with them sounding very similar to any other hardcore band that I hear at
But
smaller
they're
show
in
venues.
2005, so.
I know, still, I mean, it just didn't really impress me. There was nothing, new that kind of swept me off my feet or wowed me. Kind of just sounded like any other hardcore
Yeah,
band
the
that I hear.
Godfather of Champions.
Okay. Whatever that's it. That's all I really have to say about it. It wasn't up there with me. I don't care for it that much.
Kind of to elaborate on that, the bands around here take only the most boring, most generic parts from the Devil Wears Prada and just uses those. The Devil Wears Prada is so much better than any of these bands. It's not like the Devil Wears Prada tries to be the bands around here. The bands around here try to be the Devil Wears Prada, Kind of like that. I mean, some parts, I guess, are kind of but the things I usually find really attractive about the Devil Wears Prada is Mike, of course, and he is a great vocalist. He did a great job doing what he does, running around, being cool. Like Zach said, stage presence. He has a great stage presence. The disappointment, the thing that I really like about this band, Jeremy's cleans. Like studio, they sound like, I don't know, they're just so nice to listen to. But live, I feel like they just kind of lack some power. I'm not sure if it was the volume on his mic or whatever, but I feel like they just were kind of quiet and not him in the studio, sort of. But they were still good. I think overall they put on a decent performance. I liked them. It's just, like Tyler said, it's hard to follow up Whitechapel, I guess, when they play a great show. Then,
As I Lay Dying, I thought they ruled. I always loved watching this band, and they played the new song Cauterize, I think that's how you say it. And I listened to the studio version a couple times, and I was like, this is As I Lay Dying, but I liked it. I wasn't too impressed, but I thought it was actually really cool live. It actually has a lot of energy to it when you see it live. They just kind of played their hits, Through Struggle, Nothing Left, Sound of Truth, 94 Hours, but I thought they sounded tight. The one guitar, I forget his name, but you just couldn't hear the one guitar when he played solos or leads as much as the other one, so their sound was slightly off, but overall they had a lot of energy. The crowd was into them and everything. I liked them, so I thought they did good.
I thought their set list could have been a lot better in my opinion. There's definitely some other songs that I would wish they would have played, and there's quite a few that I didn't really care for. But before Devil Wears Prada, I still wasn't really into these guys that much because I've seen them 3 times, and I still really enjoy this band, but I just wasn't into it as much as I was Whitechapel or The Breather or anything like them. But they had really good sound. The guitarists are always were spot on live. And Tim, he's just an excellent front man. The drummer is just, I think he's a bit overrated, but he's still a phenomenal drummer.
I definitely liked As I Lay Dying. Their set was good, and the front man is ripped. I noticed that, but yeah, they kind of hit everything. I liked their set. I love it when they play Nothing Left. This is my first time seeing them, so it's good to break me in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So,
I didn't watch all of them. I watched quite a bit of their playing time because I wanted to go over and catch Betraying the Martyrs. Just something really quick. It was kind of funny. I went over to see Betraying the Martyrs before As I Lay Dying was done. There was like no one over there, and then there's this huge line that like wraps around the world 8 times to meet Slipknot. But anyway, As I Lay Dying, I watched a couple of the songs. I heard The Sound of Truth. I love hearing that song just because everyone sings along with it. I don't care if it sounds gay or whatever. That just makes it sound so much cooler when like everyone's singing along with it, and it's like it just gives it that much more of an effect on you. It makes it sound really cool. But I think Tim is pretty cool. I talked to Nick a little bit. He has a very funny pretend to be gay voice. I think that about covers it. As I Lay Dying is cool.
Next was Anthrax, and I thought Anthrax, they were my personal favorite. Performance-wise, when you just look at the performance, Slipknot was better, but we'll get to that later. But I love Anthrax. To me, they're probably one of my favorite bands to see live. They have so much energy to them. When the War Dance part in Indians comes, like the place just went insane. It was awesome. You can really get into them live, and they're such a happy band to see, and they just make you happy. They just make you want to dance around and like just sometimes hit something, sometimes just stomp around. It's just, I love seeing them. It's the second time I got to see them, and they killed it. They had a good set. They only played one new song, Fight 'Em Till You Can. All the other ones were just old classic Anthrax songs. It was amazing. I dug the crap out of them, and yeah.
I like thrash metal a lot. I used to be really into it more so than I am now. But I was never really big on Anthrax. But this time I saw them live, and like I said, I don't really listen to them all that much, but they were really good. They blew me away. I didn't think I was going to be this into them as much as I was, but they just had a great stage presence. They were really interactive with the crowd, a lot more interactive than most of the other bands there. I thought the guys' vocals were really good, and the guitar playing was pretty good, and just the way the crowd was, like no one took a break in that mosh pit. Like, there was no breaks whatsoever. But yeah, I really enjoyed them. They were my second favorite there. I got on my way to go see them again.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing Anthrax too, and I thought they were awesome. Definitely had stage presence, definitely was interacting with the crowd and stuff, and I liked the way his mic stand was. That was freaking cool. It was like broken. It was carrying around stuff, and he's Indian. I liked it the best when they played that song Caught in the Mosh, because I got the crowd surf to it. It was fun. But yeah, I definitely go see Anthrax again, and that was probably my second favorite band then too. Definitely the highlight of the Jaeger stage.
After Betraying the Martyrs, I came over to, I guess Anthrax already started playing. I feel like a couple of the set times were a little mixed up throughout the day, but I came in to watch Anthrax, and I got there by the time they were finishing, got the time. And I stayed through some song from Worship Music, and then I started playing Antisocial, and I caught that song, and then I really had to piss, like, really had to piss, so I had to, like, book it and go piss really quick. And, by the time I was done pissing and everything, and I was kind of walking around a little bit, forget that. Anyway, from the couple songs I saw of them, I think Anthrax, I mean, that's why they're legendary. If you ever see them, you'll know what I mean. There's a reason why they're legendary. You have to see them to know what it is. Know why that is. So, Motorhead.
Yeah. Asking Alexandria opened the main stage, but Motorhead was after them. I can't get into this band really, no matter how hard I try. I like Ace of Spades, I like Overkill, those were the last 2 songs. I really enjoyed them. I couldn't get into the other ones. I'm sorry, but I thought this band was just kind of boring. But that's all I'm going to say.
I just headbanged to Ace of Spades and I sat down to the rest. And Lemmy sounds atrocious. I don't care what your argument is. He's just a horrible vocalist. That's it.
I didn't think they were all that great. Couldn't understand a fucking word Lenny said. In front of the big crowd, he's sitting there in mush mouth. Anyway, they had a fucking 5-minute long drum solo, which kind of got boring after the first minute because he didn't do anything new. But overall, I'd say they weren't one of my favorites. I never got into them. Didn't think they were all that good. They didn't blow me away or anything. So.
I thought it was kind of cool to see such a legendary band per se. Friends of Triple H, the wrestler, Motorhead is pretty cool. I honestly have to agree with what they said about his singing. I thought it, I don't know, maybe it's just getting old or something, but I thought it was cool to see them, but it's just like, through 90-degree heat and after seeing Whitechapel, all these bands are moving around and really tired, and this band comes on, they're not really I don't know, maybe a go-all-out band if they're headlining, but they were just kind of there, sort of, and we kind of watched them. Like, no offense to them, but they were just kind of there. And Lemmy was a little cocky, in my opinion, with his beard.
Like Dave Mustaine cocky?
He's British, I'll put it that way. So, yeah, and there's...
Way to offend your British fans.
Well, I don't have...
We have British fans.
Plus,
Slayer.
To me, every song somewhat sounded the same, even though I didn't know. But anyways, next was Slayer. I thought Slayer ruled. I saw them play on the American Carnage tour, and they really disappointed me. They were somewhat boringish a little bit, but I mean, they're not the most energetic band, don't get me wrong. Like, on stage, you don't see them, like, flying around or anything. They just kind of, like, stand there and play and headbang and, you know, shred their 50,000 wah solos and, you know, but I thought they sounded tight. Dave Lombardo is a beast on drums. They played their hits. They played a couple surprising ones like Die by the Sword, Hell Awaits. I thought they were really good. Yeah, Slayer was good. They were nice. I really liked them. One of my favorites of the day. One of the highlights for sure.
I didn't think Slayer was the absolute best there, but they definitely were the cherry on top of the night. I'm really glad they were there. I enjoyed the fuck out of them. I thought the set list was great. I thought their stage setup was awesome. They had inverted crosses made out of Marshall cabinets going all the way up through the whole entire stage, which was amazing. And they had cool didn't they have a pyrotechnician stuff on there? I think, yeah, that stuff was pretty cool. If you haven't seen Slayer, put it on your bucket list. They're getting to the end of the road. They're getting old, so you never know when the last chance you'll be able to get to see them. If you've never seen them, put that on your bucket list.
Yeah, I enjoyed Slayer a lot. One thing I did notice is that the singer doesn't really interact with the crowd too much. He didn't really say anything or get you pumped at all. But overall, their playing was good. I headbanged. It was fun. It's a good band. Not one of my favorites on there, I guess, but it was Slayer, man. Slayer.
I like Slayer, don't get me wrong. I recognize the hype and the legendariness that goes with this band, but they're not my favorite, I guess. And no offense to any Slayer fans out there. I know there's some really die-hard Slayer fans out there, but I just kind of sat way up at the top, and there's this beautiful sunset. I just lay there and listening to Slayer and watching the sunset. It's two completely different things, but it was kind of relaxing. But I just didn't go down and want to really watch Slayer. I could see them fine from up there. I mean, you go down there, you hear every song sounds similar. You go up there, you hear every song sounds similar. So, I mean, it's all like the whole time and fast and everything. Again, no offense to any of those people. It's still a great band. It's just, you have to admit, sometimes it just sounds the same in a couple ways.
So you were at a Slayer concert and you just
I
watched.
was at a Slayer concert. I was at a Slipknot concert.
Slayer was playing, and you were watching the sunset.
You weren't at a Slipknot.
I was watching. Shut up. I was watching Slayer and the sunset. So
Okay.
You weren't at a
You're
Slipknot
black
concert.
and you got a tan line. What does that tell you?
Hey, you weren't at a Slipknot concert. You were at a Mayhem Festival. This ain't Slipknot's tour.
It was.
But Slipknot was next, and they headlined the damn thing, and holy buckets of turds. They were absolutely amazing. I like Slipknot, and I'm not, like, too much into their old stuff yet, but god damn, they blew me away. They played a lot of their old stuff, like pre-All Hope Is Gone stuff, like songs like Duality. I thought People Equal Shit was just absolutely killer to watch. This band is so angry that I thought they just sounded so heavy as shit sometimes, and they were. This was probably the most energetic performance I ever seen. Besides the little break, kind of like a little bit halfway through their set, like with what is it, Vermilion? The slow one? No, I don't know.
Oh, you mean the one that didn't really have any instruments in it?
Yeah, whatever the hell. The slower.
705
barcode.
43.
The barcode
10.
number.
Yeah, the slower part of their set. Other than that, it was just upbeat the whole time. I thought they sounded just awesome too. They had a really tight sound. I'm glad I kind of got to see this band now. They blew me away. They're one of the best performances I just ever saw.
Let me just start off saying this is like probably the best performance I've ever seen. Slipknot was a band that got me into heavy music and music in general. They actually got me into it. I was just blown away because I didn't come here expecting to see Slipknot and that being my favorite band. But as soon as the interest started coming on, you heard the weird voice saying, "You gotta get sick" or whatever what it is.
I don't know. I think it says like, "I hope the rapper gets sick."
No, you just gotta get sick or something like that because they have the song SIC sick in parentheses. But once that started playing, I'm just like, holy shit, it's Slipknot. This is my childhood dream to see Slipknot because I never saw them before. And then they just opened up, and I was just amazed. It was just awesome, like sitting there remembering all these lyrics to these songs I haven't listened to in like 4 or 5 years. So, but hands down, best performance I've ever seen ever. I'm really thankful that I could see this band finally. I've never seen a band put so much anger and like just aggression, and like some parts were melancholy, and then it was just all together. It was just so beautiful, and I've never seen a band portray that image or theme such as Slipknot ever. And they just pulled it off awesome. Just the way like Corey would stand there with his head down, and how like that dust was going through the stage while like Gently was starting to play was just phenomenal. It was just a really great show. The stage presence was amazing. And Slipknot, you know the stage presence is going to be good. I like how they dedicated a lot of stuff to Paul Gray. I thought that was really cool. I always heard about the Spit It Out thing, where they get everyone to jump up. That was just awesome. I'm glad I got to finally participate in that because I've always seen videos of it. But just to get to the point, best band I've ever seen, hands down. Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with Zach. That's probably that was hands down my favorite band that I've seen in a very long time. And I have a lot of respect for them. I've listened to Slipknot for a while, and I just loved every part of it. I got so excited when they played Vermilion because I didn't expect them to play that song. That was fucking awesome. And I loved the part where Corey told me to get the fuck up. And yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Spit It Out was awesome.
It was awesome. It was an overall awesome set. I mean, I was disappointed that there wasn't a lot of pits because we were right next to a pit, but it was kind of a fucking gay pit because there was nobody in it. We could have gone somewhere else, but I guess we didn't feel like
there was
too wrapped up in the music.
Yeah, there was a lot of girls in it, and like, just like guys that were just standing there.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid. But overall, that performance was awesome. They had cool pyrotechnics and shit. They had, you know, the guy with the trash can spinning around.
Like fireworks stuff when they would go something into a song. It was just like, I think Kill Switch Engage had that in 2009. And like once the song was started, it would just explode, and it sounded awesome.
Yeah, I liked them a lot. I liked the part where we got everybody's chanting "Thank you, Paul." It was cool that they did Duality for him.
Mm-hmm.
It was just overall an awesome show that they put on. I sang to almost all the songs.
And that scared me and Tony.
Yeah, it did. They had that on stage, and it was like fire next to it. It was weird. But yeah, they were awesome. I loved them. Sam?
To quote Henrik Vick, they killed it. Right away to start with. I think it's one of those things that it's just really cool to see, whether you like them or not, for a band to go through something as traumatic as losing one of their founding members, and then they come back and they do this huge tour. It's just something sort of emotional, I guess, for a lot of Slipknot fans, or maggots, whatever they say. It's just a really cool, really something that you really just had to be there. It's really so hard to describe, but needless to say, they completely commanded the entire stage. There's one of probably the biggest crowd I've ever seen in person for a band. So many people were into it. It was just one of the best performances I've ever seen. For a band as legendary as Slipknot to come out there, and I've seen Iron Maiden, and the crowd for Slipknot just was bigger than Iron Maiden. And I really feel like Slipknot, just with everything that they had, with the pyrotechnics, fireworks, fire in the background, everyone running around in their masks and their prison suits, and the clown's thing going up and twirling around his drum set type thing.
Oh yeah, George Orson actually. Yeah, George Orson
just
like sideways for a while. That was cool.
Yeah, everything, just a combination of it really made it a great performance. And Slipknot, it just shows you why they're that big.
Yeah, they're definitely good. And it was really cool to see, like, literally like 10,000 people
They just jump up,
sitting down because they told them to, and then just jumping up at one time. It was fucking awesome.
and that's something you never see.
Anyway, that is really cool.
And even if you hate Slipknot, like I used to or something, and even just seeing them, you really realize the impact that they have on the metal world. Just saying.
Yeah.
I was thinking that so much throughout their performance. Anyways, this was a long video. We thank you all if you sat through it.
Subscribe.
Just
Sam's raising
Mayhem,
his hand.
Best band there, quick.
Anthrax.
Slipknot.
Slipknot.
White Knot. That's a combination of Whitechapel, Slipknot.
Okay. Thank you. Love you. Weekly Metal Reviews. Go to Mayhem.
Subscribe.